So I got some claims saying that the brand new firmware update was going to magically give us more color space coverage than the 91 that I was getting, that it was a bug. Even if it's a bug, I feel like the picture will still be shit, but we'll see. We'll see. I'll be fair, I'll update it, and we'll rerun everything. But I get really annoyed because it's like, bro, why do you need so many updates for a TV to be worth shit? I don't know. Let's look at the release logs. And of course, it never says anything. Optimize product experience and performance improvements. Thanks, TCL. You couldn't have been more vague. But we'll go ahead and check for the update. Oh my God, this is annoying. Software is now up to date, I imagine, right? So we've got the latest firmware, okay? I think I updated it like a moment ago. I'm not sure. I can't remember off the top of my head. I just hit whatever prompt it gave me. Okay, so now that we've done that, I'm going to go into my Kalman and we're going to run some numbers, okay? Because I guess this TCL matters so much to so many people. I can't understand it. Just buy a fucking S90D, dude. Like, it makes the most sense. Like, you're going to sit here fighting with fucking technology. So right now we're reading the series for the DCI P3 again. We got 91 the first time. We're checking everything again. And it comes back at 95. So that's good, I guess. They managed to somehow extend their color coverage a bit, fixing some sort of bug or what have you. I imagine you guys imagine this makes the TV fantastic. We will see. Also doing a read series on BT 2020 just to see where that sits. Waiting for it to work. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, and we're at 74. So if at any point in time, these fucking numbers change. It's 74%. I mean, you could call it at 78% for the BT 2020, which is low. Okay, and then you have, let's just be generous and give it the highest one. Say 97% of the DCI P3 color coverage now with the firmware, whatever it did, okay? Now let's see if it's worth our time, okay? So now we're testing the LG to the right, the TCL to the left, QM8K, and it's still washed out. Now, the one thing that I will say is that one of their improvements does seem to be that they've gone ahead and increased the amount of, blue to the panel. So there's not as much green I've noticed in the default modes. For those that are wondering, I'm using filmmaker mode right now. I'm not using my settings for this. I'm just testing it, offer it to see what it looks like. But again, if you look at the grass has a very pukey look. You're lacking a lot of warmth. This is a general issue that I find with this particular setup. Now I'll go ahead and raise my camera sensitivity to light called ISO. So you can maybe see just a little bit more of how flat this image is. It's really flat. And I think that's maybe something they thought was an improvement, losing all your color. I mean, this is the filmmaker mode, and it's going up against my settings to the right. Now, I'm also doing this to prove a point, too, that if you don't have my settings, you're not going to be seeing this TCL as great as a lot of people seem to think it is. So since people, even with my settings, couldn't see anything worth talking about or mentioning as a big difference maker, I'm going to show you what the TV actually looks like going up against my settings. And you can clearly see it's getting destroyed. After the firmware, with 97% DCI P3 color coverage, it still looks like crap, okay? I don't know how many people need to hear this or see this or whatever you've got to do at this point. I don't know. It does get very irritating for me if you can't pick that up in my tone, because every time I report on these so-called high-end TVs at a budget price and they don't go good, the people who don't have the real money to go buy what they want to buy, like an 98 to 100 inch TV that would cost them $5 to $6 grand, they get all mad because they don't have the money to spend $5 to $6 grand on a TV, and this is their only real option, and I'm shooting it down. That's not my fucking problem, Haas. Just buy the TV I'm telling you to buy because it's the one that's better for your price point, or make more fucking money. Like, don't come at me like I'm the bad guy because I'm telling you that the TV that you want to buy is total shit. It is for the money, and it doesn't matter how big of a size you get. These color issues, the washed out, sapped out picture is not gonna fucking change unless you have my settings, which frankly, normally I do a before and after, swap back and forth to show you. I won't even grace this TV with my presence at this point because frankly, you don't deserve it. Because if I show you my settings, you complain that I set something wrong. If I don't show you my settings, you complain it's not fair, as if any of the fucking YouTubers you are watching do any of the work I do to these TVs outside of whip them out of the fucking box. So you get to see what your TV looks like next to my work.
Because this is the TV you're telling me looks so fucking amazing. Just you couldn't live without it. So don't live without it. Buy this shit. And guarantee you your picture will look every bit as washed out and shitty as this. And I'm showing this to prove a fucking point. Don't put disrespect on my name. Because I'm a person and it will piss me off like it'll piss anyone off that has put time into making a turd shine. And this is a turd, make no mistake about it. Look at it. Look at it versus the work I clearly do. It's a turd. Look at your yellows. This is what you're hot in the ass for. This is what you want. Go get it. Don't come onto my channel where I'm trying to help people and start talking shit because you don't like that this looks washed out and ugly. This is not a good TV. I've been doing this for over a fucking decade. We're pushing 11 years, okay? I would not lie to anyone because no one's that special. Let me say that again. I will not lie to anyone because nobody is so special. I care so much what you think. I'm going to distort the truth in real time and manipulate numbers and data to make you feel better. I don't need to do that. I am the expert on this channel that is telling you what it is and showing you. And if you don't have eyes to see and ears to listen, that's your fucking problem. And I get so irritated and pissed off when I've put hours and hours into trying to make some piece of shit look good. I've even said as much, like, I want to like this TCL TV. I just can't do it. Not ethically, not logically, not financially. It doesn't make sense. This is like the dumbest move you could do. And it's like watching you bet on a horse with a broken leg in a race. It's stupid. You'd lose every day of the week. This is that horse. You want to bet on this horse with his broken leg, its washed out color? Yeah, sure, they did some fucking trickery in the fucking whatever software to make it go from 91% DCI-P3 color coverage and HDR all the way up to 97%. That's an impressive uptick. I don't think I've ever seen that happen before. What I can tell you is this. In real applications, it means fuck all nothing going up against something in the same price range like an OLED. What is it doing? What is it accomplishing? I mean, it looks like shit. This is going to look like shit unless I make settings for it, and I'm putting myself on like that. Unless I make settings for it, this is what you're going to get. Washed out trees, washed out water, washed out everything. And you can jump up and down because like everybody else, you've gone through it this year and your pocketbook is a little limited. And this is the best you could do for a big ass TV. Then get a big ass TV and don't complain when it's blurry as fuck. Don't complain when you have ghosting on your sports. Don't complain when it's literally choppy and traily for motion. Don't fucking complain and have to lug that bitch back to the store. That is your problem. And I get really irritated and I show real world examples like this because I'm not showing a demo. But I'll tell you what, I'll do what all your beloved YouTubers do. I'll just whip this motherfucker out of the box. There you go. And I'll show you what this hot garbage looks like next to my work. Since my work is not appreciated on this product, right? Because people always like to insinuate there's something off about the settings or maybe I didn't do it right. Okay, well, there you go. There you go. Enjoy that picture. That looks like shit. I'm taking that one every day. That's me right there. That's your TCL manufacturer. That's me right there. That's your TCL manufacturer. You decide which one you rock with, but I know where I'm at. I don't do that washed out green fucking parrot bullshit. That's what you want. Go get it. Go get it. Go get it, big dog. You're the big man. You make your own decisions by all means. But I tell you right now, you're driving your finances off of a cliff with a bad investment like this. Look at that freaking owl. What is that even supposed to be? And I hate having to make these videos over and over and over and over and over, saying the same fucking thing. Just buy the better TV. If you're strapped for cash, get the fucking Hisense, dude. You don't even have to be rich. That's my thing that gets on my fucking nerves. But people with limited funds magically jump up in arms and start pointing fingers at other people. Everybody else got you to where you don't want to be but you. And you're all mad because this was your only option. It's not your only option. You're just fucking lazy. Go look at the options out there or listen to the expert that's been doing it for almost 11 years that tells you which one to fucking get. I took the guesswork out for you and you still fucking complain. Ungrateful. Some motherfuckers really ungrateful. Irritating. Now, that's not everybody on this channel, but just like you, when you're dealing with ungrateful motherfuckers in your life, you're going to tell somebody some shit too. And I'm no different. And this is where I differ from the rest of your YouTubers. They won't talk to you like this. They won't cut the shit and just be like, if you want to be fucking stupid, go be fucking stupid. You've never heard one of them say that. I'm the only one because I'm the only real one. The rest of them rather listen to you bitch and cry all day, or they just straight up ignore you. They ignore you. And I don't have that kind of personality or patience. But you're seeing what the TCL looks like, and it's clearly garbage. So you make your decision, take it or fucking leave it.